Hey guys, check it out. We got a portable antenna to try out. This is a JPC-12. GooZeeZoo sent me this one. In the bag, I've already been into this, so this comes all coiled up and it's a ribbon wire. That's for the ground radials. But you got to separate that ribbon wire. Let me find that in. Oh, I'm going to end up getting this all tangled up. I had it so it would have come apart nice and easy, but I just messed it up. All right, it comes in a ribbon. I separated it into a bunch of groups of two. Bunch of pairs. So I'll have 5 radials sticking out off the antenna. And in the bag, we have 4 of the bottom sections, which they're stout. It's got a good solid sound when you knock them. Some good aluminum tubing that they used. We got the threaded end on, we got the threaded bolt on one end and the female end for them to screw together. So we have 4 of those. And those screw into this. This is the base of the antenna with our SO239 on it. And then on the base of that, we have a ground spike. So this gets put into the ground. You screw it on here and just push that into the ground. On the top of the tubes, we have a cool device. Check this thing out. They have it marked for, what was it? 40 meter and 20 meter. That one there, I believe, was for 14 megahertz maybe? I'll have to look in the book. But they have a couple of them marked for reference. But you slide that up and down, and all the way at the 10 meter band, you don't use this. This part gets left out for 29 megahertz. We're going to try it, and probably on CB band, on 27 megahertz, we're probably also not going to need this. But into the top of that, when you do use that part, into the top, we have a telescopic mast for the top, which screws right into that coil. And this is a second SWR setting, or tuning setting, depending on how many of them you have out and how long you have them out. Again, I think that 14 megahertz, which was this, way up here to that mark. And then this gets fully extended, and I believe what the instructions said was one of them. Put it back in halfway. And then the antenna, if I put this all together right now, fully extended, this would be good on 14 megahertz. Now let's get this thing put together and just set up quickly out here, and we'll do a little bit of quick testing with it. Other end. Yeah, it's long enough now I can set it on the ground out here. I am going to have it set right away for the, again, I think it was 14 megahertz is said in the book. I'm going to have to check it again. But so we're going to fully extend this before I put it on, because it's going to be too tall to reach it. So we'll fully extend that, and then I believe it said halfway on one section. So we'll go halfway on that one. Oh, and you know what? I goofed. You see those wires still sitting there? I forgot to attach it to the base of the antenna. The ground wire, take that back off. I'll set that so it's not going to take off on us. Oh, by the way, that is a stout end at the telescopic end. The whole weight of that antenna is leaning on it right now. And it's holding up well. There we go. The ground wires get attached right to that. Let me put this out. Let me get behind the camera here so I can see too. Let me show you. Even going straight out, it doesn't really bend much. I don't know how well we can see that out there. It's a stout. It's built well. They did a good job with this antenna. Now let me get it all stuck in the ground out there. Well, I got it all together in the ground, and I have my antenna analyzer connected to it. I can't bring it all the way up because the sun is just gonna blind us. Can we get to the top? No, we can't get to the top without the sun hitting us. All right, let's go over to that analyzer and we'll try it, because I set it for the 14 megahertz because that analyzer, when you turn it on, it turns on to 14 megahertz. So it's the quickest one for me to check. Let's go give it a look. Well, look at that. The instructions were right. The SWR is, it's very usable, especially where this is only a 100-watt antenna. At 14.370 megahertz, we have 49 ohms and 1.5758 SWR. Now, we could tune that in a little bit better. That's, again, just roughly going by the instruction book where it said to extend the top section. Can we get this without the sun? Extend that fully, and then slide one part in halfway, which that's what we did. All right. The instructions can be a little goofy. For 7 megahertz, it says in 4 circles near the side of the aluminum tube. What they mean by that is that slider on the coil, we're going to go up 4 windings from the aluminum tube. The aluminum tube is the bottom half of the antenna. So we're going to put that slider at 4 rings or 4 windings above the base. And then the pull rod retracts about 10 centimeters. What they mean by that is we're going to fully extend that top section, and then we're going to drop it down 10 centimeters. And we should have an SWR of 1.1 through 1.3 on the red line marked with silver. All right, let's go give it a try. So I moved that slider. I got to be quick about this. The camera does not want to stay focused. I moved it up, and in the instructions it said the red line with the silver. It's a silver background behind that red line that they put on it. I hope that's showing up on the camera. But we now have that connection at the 6th winding up. And on 7.320 megahertz, we have 47 ohms and 1.6263 SWR. Very usable. So the antenna is very easy to set, very easy to tune, and quick to assemble. It takes nothing to get this thing set up. It took me longer to get that spike in the ground than it did to put this whole antenna together. This is actually my driveway. That ground is very hard. I had to get a piece of wood and a hammer to hammer that in, and you notice it's still not in all the way. It just wouldn't go. All right, guys, there it is. That's the JPC-12. I'll put a link in the description to bring you to both GooZeeZoo's store, GooZeeZoo, sorry, I put a G in there in the wrong spot. GooZeeZoo's store, and a link to where you can purchase this antenna. All right, guys, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.